It's an important game for that reason for both of these clubs. It's the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Well, there's a little bit of difference in the way these two teams won their ball games last week. Ocean City did not score on the ground. They returned a kickoff for a touchdown and threw 2 touchdown passes. But Vineland, with a speedy freshman quarterback who scored 3 times, moved the ball on the ground, ended up beating Middle Township 27-26. Middle went for a 2-point conversion after cutting the lead to 1 at the end of the game and was unsuccessful. Ocean City was a 19-12 winner at Absegami, Tom.
And both of these teams, again, making their re-entrance into the American division of the Cape Atlantic League, and probably a little bit more of an uphill battle for Vineland. They did open again against Middle Township. That last-second win as they blocked or held defensively on a 2-point conversion to win that game by 1. But they start their first 3 games on the road. Atlantic City faced that last year, starting their first 4 on the road. So they move up to the American division, and then they have to play on the road for the first 3 games. So they certainly are in their rebuilding process after a 2-8 season last year under head coach Dan Russo, and they're certainly up against it tonight, coming in here to Ocean City, who's high off of their first win, again re-entering the American Conference. But I looked at their schedule on an up note. While they got off to a rough start, losing their first 3 games last year, Tom, they played very well as the season started to close, ending 4-6. So if you throw those first 3 games out, they actually played quite well going down the stretch. They come back with a pretty darn talented junior class and some other younger players, only 9 seniors on that Ocean City team, and they get a chance to play back-to-back games at home. One of these teams, though, for the first time in quite a while, will start out 2-0.
I want to remind you right away that you can not only listen to this game as you can traditionally by going to OceanCitySports.com, but you can also watch it as Bill Shawcross and Matt Lefevre are producing video coverage of this game along with our play-by-play. So go to OceanCitySports.com, scroll down a little bit till you see the link that takes you to Ocean City versus Vineland, and you'll be able to watch this game live from Carey Stadium. There's always something special at the Oreos in Summers Point. Half-price dinners on Monday, 60-cent tenders and trivia night on Tuesday, 45-cent wings on Wednesday, and 40-cent clams on Thursday. Nightly specials on the weekends, too. Their wings and tenders were voted best at the shore. The kitchen is open daily at 11 a.m., and you can phone them at 609-927-6111 for takeout. The Oreos, MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. At Local Gym and Fitness, their staff brings more than 30 years training experience to the job. They're looking forward to assisting all of their members in achieving their fitness goals. Local Gym and Fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. You can call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. They offer the best in cardio equipment, strength equipment, TRX classes, everything else from bodybuilding to specific sports training to weight loss. Local Gym and Fitness, also setting new standards from personal training to group fitness. Fritz, Russell, Patrick, and Coach Implazio, proud supporters of OCHS athletes, and wish all the Raiders the best this year. Stop in and see them at Local Gym and Fitness, 908 Asbury Avenue in the center of Ocean City. Well, it's Red and White weekend here in Ocean City. I think it's the 7th or something like that. They've been doing this for a while, and it's been very successful. A lot of people come back. Of course, there's regular reunions for graduating classes anyway, but this is kind of like a group reunion, and they've had a tailgate type of celebration down next to the Civic Center, and they'll be heading out tonight after the game and getting together, and they had a dinner last night. So, it's a nice weekend. As Bud Rink pointed out, though, playing Vineland, it's almost a red and white weekend. They're red and gray, but it's close enough, so they're going to feel right at home. The captains from Ocean City are waiting on the side of the field in front of their bench, but Vineland is nowhere to be seen. So we're waiting for them to come so they can flip the coin and find out what's going to happen at the start of this game.
Actually, for Ocean City, they're probably they're playing against themselves. You know, they're white jerseys for Vineland, so it's kind of like a scrimmage for Ocean City. But again, both of these teams really, quote, if you wanted to describe both of them, they're rebuilding. And Ocean City, again, with that good American Conference win last week over Absegami, gets an opportunity here to go 2-0 for the first time in quite a while. And they've got the players to do it. You know, when you run down the size and the contributions, they've got some key players. Andrew Donahue, their sophomore quarterback. His comments, I thought today when interviewed by Mike McGarry were interesting, where he said losing to Pleasantville last year by 1 point just left that sour taste that he had pretty much all off season long. And that win last week really drove home some confidence with the Red Raiders. They look forward to, again, using that as a platform for a win today. They certainly had the American Conference opponent last week while Vineland was still playing a national opponent. But that being said, certainly Ocean City has something to look forward to and a real opportunity to go 2-0 behind the arm and the legs of Andrew Donahue.
We remind you, too, on ESPN, 97.3 ESPN, tonight Mainland is at Atlantic City. Mike Gill and Ken Mosca will have the play-by-play of that game. It's important to both of those teams who lost last week, and they don't want to fall to 0-2 this early in the season. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock, it will be Buna at Cedar Creek on 97.3 ESPN with Tony Blum and Steve Parker. And, you know, these are two of the best ideas I think Cape Atlantic League schools have had in a while. Ocean City's Red and White Weekend, and then Buna's Varsity Day. Cedar Creek's Varsity Day. Tomorrow, every Cedar Creek team will play at home. Every varsity team will play at home, and we'll be you'll be hearing the broadcast of the game with Buna, which is a lot more important now because of Buna's upset win over Bridgeton last week. We see the captains now coming out for Vineland, and one of them you certainly can't miss. Delonte Jones is 6'2", 354-pound junior who transferred from Maryland. It's the kind of thing that brings a smile to a coach's face when he first sees him walking in the school to register.
Yeah, not only, again, and with their coach, Danny Russo, again, wanting to hang on to the Vineland-rich talent. And a lot of times that talent will go off to other schools as they leave the area and play for other schools. He wants to keep some of that Vineland talent home, and then all of a sudden you get the transfer from the state of Maryland and Delonte Jones. And Jones, you know, with that 350-pound package was key in their win last week with multiple tackles and dominating at the line of scrimmage. So, not only is Russo attempting to keep that Vineland talent playing for the Fighting Clan, he's certainly looking to take advantage of a transfer in the way of Jones.
Well, Vineland won the toss and deferred. Ocean City will take the football. They'll receive with their backs to the ocean when we get ready to start this game. And it looks like the wind's swirling a little bit, but maybe, if anything, it's coming off the ocean a little bit. Jersey Mike's has a great menu of sandwiches in the ShopRite Center in Summers Point. Choose from an assortment of cold subs, including the American Classic ham and provolone with onions, lettuce, tomato, and their special spices. Among their hot sandwiches is Jersey Mike's famous Philly sandwich and the Big Kahuna cheesesteak. They also have wraps, the sub in a tub, when they make your favorite sub into a salad, and a kids menu. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. Visit Jersey Mike's in the ShopRite Center on New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's. You can hear in the background Ocean City team has come onto the field, breaking through that banner that they hold up for them in the end zone. And the Ocean City High School Band is about to play the national anthem here at Carey Stadium. And they'll play it right at us. Red and White Weekend for Ocean City. Vineland and the opponent. And they'll be kicking off. Vineland will be kicking off to Ocean City in just a moment. Ocean City High School Band and our national anthem here at Carey Stadium. And we have a score approaching halftime. St. Augustine leads Millville 13-6. And St. Augustine was threatening, but I think they just got sacked with just seconds to go in the first half. That's on the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard. 13-6, St. Augustine leading Millville just before the half. It's probably going to be the halftime score. And that's a bit of a surprise. I mean, St. Augustine is a good team. They played the best team in South Jersey last Saturday, and Millville certainly has one of the great weapons in South Jersey, maybe two of them.
Both of them, yeah. And again, we talk about the athlete of the week, and I know in my text I had all kinds of names and so forth that I was going to recommend until Friday night when Rob Ennis ran for 315 yards and 4 touches. Had a great year last year. They look forward to his return, and certainly he came, supported the billing, certainly in game 1 over Vineland.
Absolutely. Ocean City coming onto the field to receive the kickoff. Of course, Jared Jones, who wears number 26, if you're watching us on OceanCitySports.com, returned to kickoff 78 yards for a touchdown last week, and made another nice return. He's averaging 50-some yards per return. He's returned twice for about 111 yards, so he's made 2 strong returns, and he's back deep, along with Owen Deeroff, who returned to kickoff for a touchdown last year. So the two deep guys for Ocean City have both brought it all the way during their careers. Ryan Banks, a 6', 206-pound junior, will be kicking off. Vineland in their white jerseys with the gray pants and the red trim and silver helmets. And Ocean City actually in the same uniforms they wore last week, because Absegami did not have its home uniform and wore their white away. Ocean City in red with the black pants and the red helmet. Officials are ready to go. And so is Vineland. Banks approaches the ball. It's a short ground ball, and it's going to be covered by Ocean City at the 30-yard line. 2 players went after it. Nobody was in a position to return it, and Ocean City will start on its own 30.
Yeah, and sitting on the ball was Jay Ziegler for Ocean City, so they'll set up shop in good field position. The wind at their back at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Andrew Donahue, the quarterback for the Raiders, has an efficiency rating of 117.3 with a 7 for 15 day with 97 yards, 2 touchdowns last week. Owen the Plastic lined up behind him. In motion is the tight end. They give the ball to the Plastic. He hits up the middle, breaks free, and picks up about 4, almost 5, out to close to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, broke the initial tackle at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Vineland, but he was able to squirt free. And second effort picks up 5, as you said. So on 1st down, good yardage for Ocean City.
Boy, that Delonte Jones covers the center of that line. He is big. In fact, there's a big line altogether, not just him.
And he's an underclassman.
He's a junior. Both these teams are young.
Yep.
Ocean City, again in that pistol. They put Baumgardner in motion. Quick pass to him in the flat. He races down the right side. He's got the 1st down. Out to the 44. That might have been a running play. That might have been a lateral pass, but whatever it was, it gets him to the 44-yard line and a 1st down.
With a pulling lineman and some help with a wide receiver, it might be called a bubble screen, but no, it was a direct pass. I think you're right. Running play, Baumgardner was wide open. No contact on him until he was sacked after a good 9-yard gain. So the first down of the game goes the way of the Red Raiders. 1st and 10,
Garrett Jones splits to the left. It's a slot left formation, receiver to the right. It's also a wingback on the right side. They go straight up the middle, and the Plastic drives to the 50-yard line for a gain of about 5.
Naheem Anderson on the tackle for Vineland, and again, Tom, real good yardage on 1st down, bringing up 2nd and 5. That does it again, like I said before, open the playbook. The swing passes to tight ends in motion, etc. You can really be creative when you have 2nd and 5.
Ocean City right at midfield. They didn't run a play on Absegami's half of the field in the whole first half last week. Here they're on the verge of doing it in the first series. Donahue repositions his running back. He's got a slot to the left, hands the ball off, spinning out of a tackle, trying to get to the outside, and does. And Henderson pulls free of a grab for his shoulder pads. Couldn't quite keep his balance to go all the way, but he gets inside the 35-yard line, and another Ocean City first down.
And Taquan Cosby finally on the tackle, but lots of broken tackles on his way to that first down for Ocean City. Again, really difficult to bring down. And again, Taquay Jones on the tackle.
He came from out of nowhere for Ocean City and looked really strong in the preseason and earned himself a spot in the rotation of three backs.
Runs low to the ground, Tom, so it's tough to bring down.
Garrett Jones splits to the right. Deer off in the slot. It's a double slot formation. Henderson again is behind Donahue. Again, he gets it, drives up the middle, through a linebacker, and inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line.
Influence set up. They had the twins on both sides, and double slot, as you called, and Jared Banks having to make the tackle because everybody was spread out, and there was a huge hole bringing up a second and short for Ocean City. They're living on this second and short in their first series.
Fay splits to the right, Garrett Jones to the left. It's a slot left. Wing back on the right side is Baumgartner. He's in motion to the left. And he's blocking, and off the left side goes Henderson, and Henderson is down to about the 20-yard line. Picks up about 7 more yards and another Ocean City first down. And they're just, Henderson's working, so they're the old Mike Slaveski approach. Keep doing it till they stop it, and that's what they're doing here with Dan Henderson. He's got 31 yards and 3 carries.
Taquan Cosby once again in on the tackle, and you know what that means is when you got cornerbacks coming up and making those plays, you're getting into the secondary through the run.
Donahue takes a snap, hands the ball off this time to Plasek. And then the Plasek drives down to about the 16-yard line, it looks like.
That was just a smash play over the left side. The Plasek had all kinds of room, brings up 2nd and 5 once again for Ocean City. The drive continues, but they're finding all kinds of room along the line of scrimmage against Vineland.
You know, you're not going to be able to get away from this game when you read your papers tomorrow. Mike McGarry's here from the Press, Josh Friedman from the Daily Journal. We've got Jackson Neal here from the Sentinel. All the big names. Waiting for the snap. They hand it off to Plasek. He's almost hitting the backfield, avoids that, and he gets inside the 15. The ball comes loose. Vineland thinks they've recovered it, and it looks like they have.
Looks like
a fumble.
The ball was on the ground.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
No, they are not. I saw the Vineland player come out and hand it to the official, but the officials had ruled him down. So Ocean City dodges a bullet there. He got just inside the 14-yard line on that carry.
What Vineland's got to do, Tom, to start to interrupt Ocean City is get some penetration. They did there, but the tackle by Itoki was broken. And again, yardage gained for Ocean City.
Jones and Fay split. Snap was bobbled, but the handing it off to Henderson, he had no momentum. He stopped at about the 15-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and about 4 yards to go for Ocean City, maybe 5 yards to go.
Ryan Banks in on the tackle for the Fighting Clan. And again, the bad snap really interrupted the flow of the call. And that time, Vineland able to get penetration as a result.
4th and 5 at the 15 for Ocean City. A strong drive off the opening kickoff, but they've got to convert here or it was all for naught. Fay to the right, Jones to the left, like a power pistol in the backfield. Donahue gets the snap, back to throw, looking, throws over the middle, incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian Baumgartner, and it's knocked away. He was double covered. And Vineland sort of dodges a bullet. Ocean City drove the ball downfield against them, but they rose to the occasion when they had to.
Yeah, dodge the bullet is for certain. No huddle for Vineland. They are already over the football as Ocean City sets up on defense, but 3 first downs, a real good drive from their own 30-yard line, come up with 0.
Isaiah Pacheco, the 5'11", 179-pound freshman quarterback, runs the 40 and 4.4, and is a force. He scored 3 times last week. Now they're checking their wrists for the play. Takes the snap. hands the ball off the left side and driving out to about the 18-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play.
Stopped by Zach Williams. Ocean City able to stand him up there, right there at the line of scrimmage. Williams taking the defensive call right there back to his teammates.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Receivers left and right for Vineland. Pacheco kind of barks out a couple of signals, then they all check their wrists, and then they get the snap. Handoff to sweeping the right side, and a nice tackle, one-on-one tackle for Ocean City.
Owen Deeroff.
Yep.
He came up from his spot, really filled well, Tom. That play had some yardage on it, but he was able to come up and fill the gap and brings up 3rd and 5. Notice again the no huddle. What he does, he calls off a few things to try to get an offsides call, and then they read the defense and look over to the coach for the play. Atlantic City runs exactly the same offense.
Okay, I hope they'll have the same wristband. Back in motion, gets the ball. They're trying to sweep the left side. He cuts it back and is hit and stopped at about the 22 or 23-yard line, a couple yards short of the first down. So it's 4th down for Vineland.
And he'll be kicking into a pretty stiff wind, so Ocean City should look to get some decent field position if they secure this punt. But getting back to that offense, again, what they do is they try to influence the defense, and then they look to the coach for the play call.
That's Raul Torres taking the snap. It's a high snap and a good rush, but he didn't get to him. May have touched the ball. It hits at the 40 and rolls out short of the 50-yard line. So Ocean City will start on the Vineland 49-yard line. Might have got a hand on that punt.
Real good field position for Ocean City, already in Vineland territory. Their second possession of the game, as you said, the short punt. It was affected by the rush of Christian Bumgardner, and certainly the wind didn't help either.
It's the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Brian Bromell and his professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Ocean City out of the huddle. 1st and 9 on the Vineland 49. Slot to the left, receiver to the right. It's play action. Donahue in trouble, and he's grabbed and spun to the ground by Jeremiah Atoki, the 6'3" Temple recruit, 6'3", 212. And he blitzed in there and put him down at around the 40-yard line, so a loss of 11.
Toki has been in the backfield on several occasions for Vineland, but unable to wrap up the ball carrier. This time, though, the Donahue didn't create as good a problem as he was stationary. But Toki brings him down for a big loss.
2nd and 21. Back just outside the 40-yard line for Ocean City. Receivers left and right. Back to throw. Donahue out in the left flat, complete to the place it. Looks for a block. Manages to get about 6 or 7 yards across the 40.
And that's the bubble screen. And he did have linemen out there looking to block for him. But again, good fill by Vineland. They have great speed to the ball. They did so right there, and they were able to stop for a short game. Brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and about 14 or 15 yards to go. Call it 15. Ocean City still in the huddle.
Looks like Owen Deeroff had brought the play in.
Deeroff's a slot on the left side, face split. Jones split by himself wide to the right. Donahue thinks they should call a timeout. I think that's what he's signaling, and that's what they're going to do. Some confusion on the Ocean City side, and they're going to call their first timeout. So there's no score here. Ocean City 3rd and about 15 on their own 46-yard line in the first quarter with 3:03 remaining. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you will continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., Saturdays until 6, and Sundays from 8 till 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road, Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. Ocean City and Vineland scoreless here. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and the Raiders have the ball on their own 46. but it's 3rd and 15.
Yeah, early stats would all be Ocean City's way. The 3 first downs, getting the ball down to the 15 of Vineland, unable to punch it in, and but they're facing with 3rd and long right now, so real test for the offense of Ocean City.
Jones splits to the right, the wide side. Deeroff is in motion, left to right. Back to throw. Donahue throws over the middle through the hands of Fay. It's intercepted at the 40, down the right sideline, and across the 50 into Ocean City territory. Pass intercepted by Sergio Avila Polaha.
Yeah, Polaha really was just playing center field. The recipient, that would have been Dylan Fay. It went right through his hands and just popped up into the air. So as a center fielder, Polaha able to secure the football, and they are now in Ocean City territory, first down with the interception.
Fay still down on the field. He was hit after the ball went off of his hands, and he's up on his feet now, walking off slowly.
Some scores have just come in. Tom, St. Augustine 13-6 over Millville, and Mainland has struck first at Atlantic City, 7-0 to score there. And those scores brought to you on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
On the Ocean City 47-yard line, 2:52 left here in the first quarter. Vineland with the football. No score. Pacheco waits the snap. Hands it off. Going left is Atoki, and he cuts it back and is hit just as he crosses the line of scrimmage. About 19 of the 22 players piled in there.
Yeah, Ocean City doing a great job of sealing the line of scrimmage and flowing to the ball. Atoki's got size, he's got speed, but Ocean City's just sliding down the line of scrimmage and sealing him off, and then with the flow of the help, they're gang tackling, and they've stopped them there for a gain of 1.
2nd and 9. Vineland lined up at the Ocean City 46-yard line. Now they look to the sideline and check their wrists. 2nd and 9. Snap to Pacheco. He hands the ball off up the middle, and not much there. Ocean City defends the run very well against Absagamir, pretty well. Welch did a nice job running out of the quarterback position, and they're defending it pretty well here.
Yeah, Zach Wyman was right there again, Tom. He hits. They're not penetrating Ocean City's defensive line. They just hit and they flow, and that's what Wyman did. Just push the would-be blocker right into the ball carrier, made the tackle.
3rd and about 7. Under center is Pacheco. Backs in the eye behind him. Receivers left and right. Now they move the one receiver into a tight end position, Jared Banks. What happened here? Guy fell. A flag on the play. And Atoki slipped and fell into a split. Almost.
And he didn't want to move,
that
so
would
he
be a groin injury.
there.
Yeah, but those are the kind of falls that lead to groin injuries, the way he fell.
And we had...
he's walking slowly, but he seems to be all right.
And on that play, Tom, Pacheco was under center for the very first time. So
right.
the play was interesting. And, again, the 5-yard penalty now goes against Vineland, and they're looking at a long 3rd and 12.
Under center, Pacheco. Backs in the eye behind him. Receivers left and right. Now they all check their wrists. Takes the snap. Back to throw. Rolling left. He slips and falls. He fell back around the 43-yard line for a big loss of play.
Vineland really did not take advantage of the interception and the great field position. Remember, when they got the ball last time, they were on their own 15. They get the pick. They're in Ocean City territory, and they just proceeded to lose lots of yardage. They'll have to punt the ball away once again into a stiff wind. Line
of scrimmage is the Vineland 44. Just 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Waiting the snap. It's high, but not much pressure. He gets it away, floats it downfield. Fay backs away from it. Actually, that was Garrett Jones back there waiting to return it. Fay not back on the field yet. So Ocean City will take over with 28 seconds left in the first quarter. It's scoreless, and they'll have the ball on their own 28-yard line.
Ocean City in their second possession, this being their third, unable to move the football as time's starting to wind down here. in the first period. They get their third possession of the game, and they probably have their least favorable field position of the night.
Jones split to the right. It's like Jeremiah Johnson split out left. And they hand the ball off in motion to Deeroff, and he's grabbed by the shirt. And I think it was Pacheco. He wouldn't let go. And finally, no, it was Otoki.
Yeah.
And he threw him to the ground. So 2 big defensive plays by Otoki.
Yeah.
A loss on that play of about 5 yards.
Toki's having his way with somebody. He spent a lot of time in Ocean City's backfield. Again, the last 2, he was able to come up with big sacks, big plays. The first couple times there were missed tackles as he was shedding running backs. But Otoki, as the first quarter ends 0-0, Toki is having himself a defensive first quarter.
0-0 between the Raiders and the Clan. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. At Halliday Leonard, they'll consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Hust Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices, 700 West Avenue in Ocean City, 7809 Atlantic Avenue in Margate, in Egg Harbor Township at the Providence Professional Park, in the ShopRite Shopping Center in Marmora, and South Main Road in Vineland. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street to the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Gillian's will be open this weekend, starting at 1 p.m. Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday. They're also open tonight. Wonderland Pier will continue to be open weekends throughout October 12th for your entertainment. The summer continues at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com.
Both offenses kind of fell out of sync a little bit, Tom, and Ocean City needs to get back what they were able to accomplish in that first drive. We'll have to see. 2nd
and 15. Donahue waits for the snap. A lot of motion inside the Ocean City line. Flags are flying. There's 3 or 4 of them. Illegal procedure and a 5-yard penalty pushes Ocean City a little further back.
That's the out of sync that I was talking about. That first drive, 3 first downs, the big chunks of yardage on first down for the Red Raiders. They were moving the ball right down the field, and then they stubbed their toe. But they haven't gotten back that rhythm on offense in the next 2 or 3 possessions. They start this particular 4th possession of the game with the penalty. Vineland has never found any room offensively as Ocean City's got them bottled up. Reason why we're 0-0.
Garrett Jones splits to the right, receiver left. Deeroff is in the right slot.
Same formation.
Donahue gets the snap, hands the ball off straight ahead, and maybe a yard or 2 up the middle. I think it was Henderson.
Delonte Jones in on the tackle. Going to be tough to move him around, and the ball carrier ran right into him, and he was wrestled to the ground quickly.
So Henderson picks up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 20 yards to go. Ocean City, winner over Absegami last week, and Vineland a winner over Middle Township. Johnson splits wide to the right. It's a slot to the right, double slot formation, in fact. Snap goes through Donahue's hands. He's going to have to cover it back around the 5-yard line. So Ocean City with a couple of errors here, a penalty and a good defensive play by Otoki, and now a fumbled snap, finds themselves back at their own 5 or 6 yard line in a punting situation. Donahue's going to be near the back of the end zone trying to get this one off.
Again, with this wind coming in off the ocean, this ball's going to sit up into the air, and good field position for Vineland if they secure it.
Otoki back to return it. Stands about the Ocean City 37-yard line. Donahue waits the snap. It's good, eye high. Gets a bit of a rush. Looked like he took an extra step. Kicked it away from Otoki toward the sideline. And Otoki lets it roll. And it's almost out. It is out to the 44-yard line. So they get a little breathing room, but still good field position for Vineland.
Second time Vineland has taken over in Ocean City territory, and now Pacheco will have the wind at his back, so we'll have to see how this wind-aided offense maybe can take advantage of this field position and get an answer. But we have a penalty, and it's a personal foul, and it's going to go against Vineland, their second penalty of the first half.
Wow.
That changes field position right away by 10 yards.
15 if it's a personal foul.
Personal foul.
Yep. Takes them all the way back to their own 41-yard line.
Just like Ocean City last possession, you know, they didn't do themselves any justice with the way they used that field position. Vineland right here moved back all the way to their own 41.
1st and 10 for the Clan. Isaiah Pacheco, freshman quarterback, repositions a couple of people. Looks like they got it the way they want it. Quick snap, hand the ball off up the middle, and driving out to the 45 and then driven back. A gain of about 4 on the play. This time they didn't check their wrists. Ocean City will have to be aware of that.
Well, again, good defensive play by the line of Ocean City, in that case led by Zach Wyman. They stood him up for a gain of 4.
Pacheco kind of pumps his arms a couple of times when he barks out those signals, and then stops. Everybody checks their wrists. Motion from the left side. Pacheco goes right up the middle, avoids one tackler. Don't let him get in the open field. He is very fast. He gets the first down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
Vineland's first down of the game. I was waiting for the quarterback keep. They've been trying to swing right, swing left, using sweeps with them back in motion. This time the back went in motion, but the snap was directly to Pacheco. It was the quarterback keep, and he found himself a hole in the Vineland's very first down of the game.
Pacheco with a back to his left, has a slot to the right and a receiver out to the left. They check the signal, the play. Takes a snap, hands it off, up the middle, running room, inside the 40, down to about the 36 or 37-yard line.
Yeah, big time slant by Vineland right there. They got the good push out on the right tackle. They got the pinch by the tight end on the right side, and brings up a beautiful 2nd and 3 now for Vineland. 7 yards on first.
Pacheco hands it off again. This time no running room. Ocean City swarms, and a gain of maybe a yard or 2. A flag comes in late.
It'll be a personal foul. It seems like the forward motion was stopped, and there was a little extra activity after the forward motion, throwing the man down to the field. The official rules out a personal foul.
So Vineland will get a first down on the penalty, and both teams have been penalized 20 yards here in the first half. Vineland with its second first down. And after the smoke clears, the ball's at about the 21-yard line of Ocean City.
We mentioned Vineland going in a different direction. Again, wind at their back, and they're taking full advantage. And now they got Ocean City jumping off sides.
So a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be inside the 20. Ball's just outside the 16-yard or 15-yard line. 1st and 5. Pacheco. Those preliminary pumps. Vineland, a winner over Middle Township last week. He takes a snap, hands it up the middle, and a little bit of running room. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards.
Again, it was just the slant, Tom. He hit the ball carrier, and the ball carrier used that big right tackle. The end pushed out this time instead of pinching the linebacker in, and the hole was there. So it's going to bring up a short gain for a first down for the Fighting Clan.
Second about 2. Vineland's best possession of the game.
Strong side is now to the left for Vineland.
Helped by a penalty. Pacheco keeps up the middle, avoids the tackle. He's inside the 5, and he's got a first down at about the 3 or 4 yard line.
Slot man was to the left, tight end was to the left, Tom. The little step back by Pacheco, and man, he found all kinds of room to the left side for the big first down for Vineland.
First and goal on 3, call it. Under center, Pacheco takes the snap, settles off right guard, and drives into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah,
Vineland scores with 7:28 left in the first quarter, and they lead it by a 6-0 score.
And again, Pacheco is starting to see something that he's not unable to do when he's handing the ball off, and that's to really influence the linebacking crew of Ocean City. By him taking that stutter step, he's able to read, get his blocking scheme going, and then he just picks his seam, uses his speed, and he did so right there. There was a missed tackle right at the point of attack, and then into the end zone for Vineland. They take the lead against Ocean City here. 7:28 to go in the second half, or in the first half, second quarter.
Player shaken up on the play, still down on the field. I think it's a Vineland player, but not really sure. Can't really see. There's about 4 or 5 people around him.
That drive aided by some costly penalties by Ocean City. 20 yards, in fact. You had the personal foul, then you had the encroachment, and that really aided the field position for Vineland. Ocean City back on its toes. Then they kind of had to muster the defense a little bit, and Pacheco took full advantage on a couple plays. Called his own number.
We remind you, go to oceancitysports.com. You can watch this game, listen to the play-by-play, but at the same time, watch the video provided by Matt Ulmer and Bill Shallcross in their coverage of Ocean City High School football. But still down on the field. Extra point coming up. And they help him up to his feet.
Jeff Hoffner. He's up, walking off the field.
Slowly, but on his own. I think it's Zach Wyman, isn't it?
Zach Wyman, my fault. Yeah, well, he was a defensive presence for Ocean City, so they can ill afford to keep him on the sideline for too long.
5'11", 302-pound senior. Okay, the extra point coming. Ryan Banks will attempt it. Try to give the Clan a 7-0 lead. Ball is down. The kick is up. No, it's not up. It's blocked. He kicked it right into the line, I think. So he didn't get under it, and it stays 6-0.
And on the Baumgartner construction scoreboard, St. Augustine has extended their lead over Millville 20-6. Atlantic City has answered Mainland. They take the lead at 8-7. Bridgeton has jumped out 6-0 on Holy Spirit, and Egg Harbor Township has got 14-0 over Lower Cape May. That is the Baumgartner construction scoreboard. Some surprises.
Interesting scores.
Absolutely.
There. St. Augustine 20-6.
And Bridgeton, again, a tough loss last week, jumping out to a lead.
The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. And by the way, that Mainland Atlantic City game is on 97.3 ESPN FM.
8-7 there. Atlantic City opening up this year 2 home games to start. Both teams lost last week.
We haven't had any success. Only 1 extra point has been kicked in the almost game and a half that we've seen Ocean City play. That was by Andrew Donio. Here's the kickoff by Banks. It's a ground ball up the middle. Takes a high hop, and it's just covered at the 34-yard line. That was Zach Williams. He didn't want any parts of a return. He just wanted to make sure they got the ball.
And they get it in great field position. You get it at your own 34. So a couple first downs, and all of a sudden you're threatening. Ocean City needs to respond now as they trail 6-zip in this game.
Trailed 12-0 against Absecon. Garrett Jones splits to the right. Receiver to the left. Donahue takes a snap, hands the ball off. and nothing there. Maybe a yard. The play probably picks up a yard off the right side, but it closed down very quickly.
Yeah, things have started to change. Defensive adjustment by Vineland. The Fighting Clan has stopped Ocean City. Ocean City stopped themselves. Their last 4 possessions, they have gained very little yardage. That was a beautiful job by Vineland right there, standing the ball carrier up, and then the gang tackling.
Gain of about a yard. It's 2nd and 9. Ball on the 35. Garrett Jones splits wide to the right, slot to the left. Dylan Fay is apparently not going to be back. Handoff, and he's met in the backfield for no gain whatsoever. Loss of some yardage as they were right on Dan Henderson.
Yeah, Delonte Jones again in there immediately. Must have just beaten his man, found the gap, got in the backfield, and stopped the play for a big loss. Brings up 3rd and long now for Ocean City. Once again, unable to capitalize on some decent field position.
3rd and 12. Fay is sitting there on the bench, and it looks like he's got something on his left shoulder. It's ice, I guess. Big 3rd down play here. Ocean City trailing 6-0. Slot to the right. They move Baumgartner to the left wing. And timeout. Ocean City. Kevin Smith didn't like something, and he called a timeout on this key 3rd down play.
His 2nd timeout of the first half.
6-0, Vineland on top here at Carey Stadium. It's another special weekend at the Lobster Loft in Sea Isle City. The Lobster Loft offers 2-for-1 dinners on Thursdays and Fridays and half-price bar appetizers. You can experience their fresh seafood, pasta, steaks, and chicken, plus an extensive wine list and specialized martinis. There's great entertainment at the Lobster Loft Friday and Saturdays. Visit the Lobster Loft. Look for the Big Red Lobster, 42nd Street in the Bay in Sea Isle. The Lobster Loft. Their seafood is so fresh, it still has an attitude.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Bridgeton now is trailing Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit's come back in that game, take the lead 7-6 over Bridgeton. Egg Harbor Township over Lower Cape May 14-0. Atlantic City, that game with Mainland remains the same, 8-7 edge to Atlantic City there. St. Augustine 20-6 over Millville, and that is brought to you by the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
2 games tomorrow. Absegami is at St. Joe's, and Buna goes to Cedar Creek in a game you can hear on 97.3 ESPN. Donahue awaits the snap. Baumgartner shifts to his left. Donahue rolls that way. There's a flag. Short pass is caught by Baumgartner down the left side. He stretches for the first down. I don't think he made it, but we'll see what the flag is back at the line of scrimmage.
And Baumgartner's a big fella, 6'5", 228. The junior has some speed and a nose for the first down, just shy on this play, but the penalty could be killing the play altogether.
Baumgartner scored a touchdown last week. The final touchdown of the game to kind of put Ocean City in a stronger position. Officials are huddling up, but no signal yet. Now we'll get a signal. At least I think we will. They're picking the flag up. And it looks like he's about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. Looks like the ball's at about the 42-yard line. He's got to get to the 44. Call it a 4th and 2, and it looks like they're going to punt the football.
And he caught the ball right at the line of scrimmage, so he's able to get those 8 yards on his own. But as you said, he's going to come up short, and Ocean City unable to take advantage of the field position. Now back to kick.
Donahue stands inside his own 30. Atari back at his 30. Takes an extra step and kicks it high, the right side, and they let it roll. It's inside the 30 and down to about the 26-yard line. So Vineland will start at its own 26 with a 6-0 lead.
And scored the very last time with the help of a couple penalties against Ocean City, but Pacheco certainly found his rhythm. 2 big plays by the running quarterback, and the second one, the touchdown. So Vineland has a 6-0 lead and the ball here as the first half starting to wind down.
Pacheco comes up under center. Backs in the eye behind him. Receivers right and left. Now he steps back, repositions some people, hands the ball off straight ahead for about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Baumgartner with the tackle on
Robert
that play.
Blakely on the carry.
Yeah, well, Blakely found it was just a little blast handoff to the left side, right over the left guard, but crashing down was the defensive end Baumgartner for the short stop.
Authority, the deep back, I believe, in the I formation, as they shift formations here. And they hit off the left side to maybe the 30-yard line, bringing up about 3rd and 6.
Pretty much same play, and Ocean City was this time right on the spot. A 2-yard gain on the play. It's just a handoff to the fullback, and he's blasting off left guard, trying to pick up some room. Ocean City smelled it out, stopped the play.
3rd and about 5. Pacheco back to throw, rolling right. Fires incomplete down on the right sideline. Dove for the ball, but couldn't make the catch.
The fake to Itoki really influenced the coverage, Tom, and actually, if he had kept the ball, that being Pacheco, he probably could have run that for himself for the first down, but he missed his wide receiver errantly. And now they have to punt the ball back to Ocean City. The Red Raiders should get good field position out of this.
Owen Deeroff is back deep for Ocean City because Fay is still out of the game. He normally returns punts. He kicks it into the line of scrimmage, and it's picked up by Ocean City at about the 27-yard line, and he's down to about the 15-yard line.
Well, kicking game is certainly not something the Fighting Clan bring to Carey Stadium. They were unable to get the point after on a failed attempt, and this time the punt went right off the toe. It didn't go 10 yards.
I think that was Harry Feifel, the 6-foot freshman, who scooped that ball up. It came right to him probably, but he held on to it and got it into the 15-yard line. Yep. So Ocean City on the Vineland 15.
And for our listeners, that was just kicked directly into the back of an opposing player. Didn't go 10 yards.
Ocean City, 1st and 10 on the Vineland 15. Slot to the left, receiver wide to the right. Baumgartner shifts in motion. They hand the ball off up the center and driving to the 10 and inside the 10 to about the 7 or 8 yard line is Naplasik.
Naplasik really took advantage of a Baumgartner block, Tom. That motion by Baumgartner, they allowed someone to come across the line of scrimmage, and Baumgartner really laid him out. The play opened up as a result of that block, and the pulling player was able to go downfield and hit the linebacker, take him out of the play. So big hole for Ocean City that time, and now they're looking at 2nd and short.
2nd and almost 4, maybe 3.5. Motion. They go straight up the middle again, driving to the goal line and in for the touchdown. Ocean City ties the football game on a touchdown run by Owen Naplasik. That's their first rushing touchdown of the season.
8-yard run, and again influenced by motion in the backfield, and then real good again, stutter step and a quick little, what would you say, change of direction to the right, and it was nothing but open territory for Ocean City. We're tied at 6.
Donahue to try the extra point. He was 1 for 3 last week, and Ocean City's going to spend a timeout here. Their final timeout with 3:30 left in the first half. I think they were short a player. So they're getting the right number on the field. It's tie here, 6-6 at Carey Stadium between Ocean City and Vineland. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda, 6807 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above, and Brian DeMel's sales staff is professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Honda has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Honda, toll-free 877-472-6499. Here comes the extra point attempt from Donahue. Ball is down, the kick is up. It's high enough, and it is good. So he's now 2 for 4 on the season, and Ocean City bounces back with the help of a poor Vineland kick and takes a 7-6 lead with 3:30 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, the poor punt, too. Vineland really, again, kicking the ball directly into the back of an opposing player and setting up a very short field of 15 yards for the score for Ocean City. 2 plays and they were in.
There's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at just 4 wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Prairie Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. They also have conversion vans, trucks, minivans, and 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at just 4 wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 25 years in Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, and Brooklyn, New York. They're open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. daily. Just 4 wheels. Specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance, the McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. Your neighbors at the McMahon Agency send best wishes for a successful season to all Cape Atlantic League athletes. The McMahon Agency. Here's the kick by Donahue, and it comes down at the 30-yard line. They're going to pitch it back to Atoki, trying to get to the outside around the right side, and he's going to be stopped at about the 31. So he picks up about a yard on the return, and maybe they're going to spot it right on the 30, in fact. Vineland will start on its own 30 now, trailing 7-6.
Atoki seems to be the guy they want to go to because actually the ball was pitched back to him, so they had to get back the yardage of the pitch itself. The player that received the kickoff actually was in a better position to get some yardage.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Pacheco now back behind center, not under center. They check their wrist. He's got trips to the left and a receiver to the right, back to his right. Ball's off his hands. He covers it up for a loss of about 3 back at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, keep your eye on the ball. Pacheco basically was ready with that play prior to receiving the ball from the center. There was nothing wrong with the snap from the center, but Pacheco was unable to secure it, and it's a loss on the play. 2nd and long for the Fighting Clan.
They line up. Trips again to the left, receiver to the right. Could be the same play. We never saw it.
It was.
Handoff Atoki trying to sweep to the outside, and it's not going to get there. Terrific defensive play by Naplasik.
Naplasik did a great job, Tom. You always tell him not to bite. Don't ever bite. Don't ever pinch. Make sure you make that player come inside of you. He did exactly what he should do defensively there, and then lowered the boom on the runner. Another loss for Vineland. They basically are backing up just like they did last possession.
Both teams have been hurt by mistakes here, but the Ocean City has a 7-6 lead. Pacheco. And Vineland's going to spend a timeout here. They weren't happy with what they saw. So it's timeout called by Dan and Russo. His team trails 7-6. Interstate Batteries in Egg Harbor Township is now the 10th largest in the country, bringing their excellent service to 7 counties in South Jersey. They not only have a battery for your car, but your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, power chair, or golf cart. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. They're outrageously dependable. Skelly's High Point Pub is open 24 hours a day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 3 a.m. the rest of the week. Shore Road and the White Horse Pike in Absecon. Skelly's High Point Pub, 5 North Shore Road in Absecon. Phone the High Point at 641-3172 for takeout or delivery.
So far, a game of 2 offensive series. One early for Ocean City.
Here's Pacheco back to throw. Now he's going to scramble, and he's got a little bit of room, but he's wrapped up. Ball comes loose. I think he got it.
Again, all he did is wait to see what the defense did and what his offense offered him, and it was very little. So he then decided, did Pacheco, to take off, and he was stopped for no gain. But getting back to my point prior to the play, this is two series. One for Vineland was early in the second quarter. They scored, and obviously Ocean City opening the game with a decent drive. But it's been a tale of mistakes outside of those two scores.
Punting situation. Deer off back close to midfield. Good snap. Not much of a rush. He kicks it high in the air, and he'll get away from it. It hits at the 50, and a terrific roll for Vineland. It rolls inside the 35, down to the 31. In fact, it's going to make the 30, maybe the 29. Yep. Inside the 30-yard line. Ocean City will have it on its own 29. Raiders have no timeouts. There's a minute and 12 left in the first half.
And that ball bounced at the 45.
No, at the 50.
Or at the 50, and rolled all the way down to the 29-yard line. Now, just an absolutely fantastic roll, because the punter certainly was not sure. He was taking his time, trying to find his rhythm, but certainly worked out as Ocean City takes over deep in their own territory.
I think you got to catch them.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Donahue waits to snap. Slot to the left. Hands the ball off up the middle. A little bit of room out to the 35 and falls ahead to about the 37-yard line as Naplasic running strong here.
Huge hole at the line of scrimmage, and you can thank Shawcross for that. Boy, I tell you what, he opened up a huge hole, the offensive lineman, and taking advantage of it. Ocean City brings up 2nd and 4 now. Again, getting back to that early drive in the game where it really opens up the playbook 2nd and short.
Ocean City running game much more effective than it was last week. Wing back on the right, receiver split to the left, up the middle, driving for a first down out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Naplasic again.
And once again, Tom, I'm going to call his number. Shawcross really with a big block. He was also assisted there by Sanchez. A huge hole for a first down for Ocean City. So 2 runs and 10 yards for Ocean City. They're starting to approach midfield.
Problem is there's 28 seconds left. They have no timeouts left. Donahue back into the huddle, brings the play in from the sideline. And we'll see what they decide to do. They break the huddle with 17 seconds. Slot to the left. Wing back on the right side. Donahue awaits the snap. And a whistle blows.
Timeout Vineland.
Yeah, Vineland ran off as much time as they could. And then they wanted to call a timeout just to set the defense for what probably is the final play of the first half. 7-6 Ocean City with seconds to play in the first half. Signal Graphics on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township is your local commercial printer with the personal service you expect. Cut out the middleman. Save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. Signal's state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for very low cost. For fast turnaround, great prices, call the Gunnels, Riley K. or Chris, 609-569-9990. For special service, ask for Chugger, Signal Graphics. Now Donahue going to take the snap with 2 people behind him. He's going to drop to a knee. Yep. Only trouble when you do it that way, you lose 4 yards. But that starts the clock. Vineland can stop it, but they're not going to. So Ocean City settles for a 7-6 lead. They take it into the locker room after falling behind 6-0. Both teams help the other with mistakes that set up scoring plays. And we'll take a look at the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard, have some words with Mike McGarry and the press of Atlantic City here at halftime. 7-6 Ocean City here at Gary Stadium. Under the Flood Insurance Reform Act of 2012, you could save more than $90,000 over 10 years if you build 3 feet above base flood elevation. The all-star staff at Baumgardner House Lifting can attend to all your house raising needs. The Baumgardner family has 65 years of combined experience in general construction. Visit BaumgardnerHouselifting.com or call toll-free at 855-324-2700. Baumgardner House Lifting, restoring the Jersey Shore, one home at a time. Shoppy's is even better online. You have probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. And I'm not sure if Dave Tallarico is going to have a special Baltimore Orioles sale at Shoppy's, but he's certainly celebrating as the Orioles have won the American League East. We want to remind you, George Rumor of Century 21 is going to bring us a look at Ocean City High School graduate doing well on the college level. George Rumor spent his entire life in Ocean City. He knows the community. He's at Century 21 Alliance, 9th Street, where he's equipped to handle your sales and rentals. Visit him online. He wants your listings. Contact George Rumor at Century 21 Alliance at 609-399-5711 for Ocean City's finest selection and more. Remember, rumor has it George knows Ocean City, and we congratulate Jen Staub and Allie Stever of Ocean City playing field hockey for Rutgers. The Rutgers team is 4-2. Staub's a senior. Stever is a junior. They both start for the Knights. Staub has 2 assists and a defensive save, and Stever has an assist as well. They will play Sunday in their first Big Ten game for Rutgers in field hockey against the number 9 ranked team in the country, Iowa. That look at the college scene, Ocean City High School graduate, brought to you by George Rumor at Century 21. Mike McGarry standing by, but let's take a quick look at the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard.
And Timber Creek has taken a 7-0 lead over Cherokee. Hamilton remains in control over Washington Township, 6-0 there. Egg Harbor Township still in charge over Lower Cape May, 21-0. Bridgeton scored first. Holy Spirit answered. Holy Spirit has a 1-point lead, 7-6. Atlantic City leads Mainland 8-7. St. Augustine 20-6, firmly in control over Millville.
Any surprises?
Well, I think if you look at St. Augustine, a little bit of a surprise there, though. You know, it's strange to watch. You know, I was out at Hamilton last Saturday, watched St. Joe beat St. Augustine 36-6, and despite that score, you know, I came away impressed with the way St. Augustine played. You know, I thought St. Augustine was physical up front, sort of matched St. Joe physically up front. St. Joe's skill position guys were able to make a few more plays, but obviously impressed with the St. Augustine running back and their line play and their defense. And obviously that impression, you know, judging by what happened tonight, was a pretty good one. Yeah,
there's a lot of things that can happen. I mean, this is always the way it is in week 2 and week 3. You're still trying to find out, was this team good last week and that's why that team lost, or was this team poor and that's why that team won? It starts to balance out now.
Right, you start to discover things like the big question I think everybody had after last week. One of the games that caught everybody's eyes was Buna Regional beating Bridgeton 7-0. So now you got Bridgeton playing Holy Spirit tonight at Bridgeton. They're involved in a close game. I'll be headed out to Cedar Creek tomorrow to see Buna play Cedar Creek. You know, they're 1-0. Playing a Cedar Creek team that's 1-0. You know, is Buna better than everybody gave them credit for at the beginning of the season? So, I mean, yeah, every year, as you know, somebody seems to come out of the woodwork and is better than you expected. So, you know, maybe Buna's that team this year. Who knows?
Okay, let's make you the high school sports czar. Now, aside from having every state final within 20 miles of Howell, New Jersey,
Rutgers will be okay. Yeah.
What's the first thing you'd do?
Wow. I mean,
is there anything that bothers you, especially? You cover so many sports and so many. You're at the NJSIA meetings every month.
Right. I think what they have to do, and I don't know what the answer is. They have to somehow come to some sort of peaceful coexistence between the public, non-public, and choice schools. Somebody's got to. Not solve that problem, but come to some sort of situation where these schools can kind of coexist with each other. I mean, I think every school has certain advantages. You know, the non-public schools will say, well, the public school's got 2,000 kids. The public school will say the non-public school gets to draw from all over town and, you know, quote-unquote, recruit athletes. And now you have choice schools. So I just think with the way things are going, I think the emphasis is on giving parents of all students choice as where they're going. I think in a couple of years, the days of where you grew up in Ocean City and you have one choice, Ocean City, are going to be gone. I wouldn't be surprised in 5 or 10 years if you live in Cape May County, you can go to any of the Cape May County schools, or Atlantic County, you can go to any. So I just think that's you're not stopping that. So I think to try to stop it is the wrong way to go. But I do think you have to sort of create a system where you don't have players sort of, jumping schools and going 4 schools in 4 years, or playing football at one school, then going back to another school to play basketball or something like that. I think you have to come to some sort of system, and it's obviously a tough question, because I think no matter what you do, you come down to a parent's right to send their kid to where you go to school, and who is anybody to tell a parent where to send their kid to school and for what reason to send their kid to school. So, I mean, I just think that's the biggest problem confronting high school athletics today is that.
They've done a good thing, I think, in expanding the opportunity. Now they've got 5 divisions in wrestling,
right?
5 groups, and they did it in football. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere down the road they figure out a way to do it in basketball. Maybe have 5 public and 3 non-public, and no buys in the first round of the Meet of Champions or something, a Tournament of Champions. So, I mean, they seem to, and now they're talking about, I think it starts in 2016, where they're going to start the basketball tournament on a Saturday instead of a Monday, so that the regional championships will be played on a weekend and make a bigger event out of it. So I think that in that sense, they're moving things in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. The other thing that you bring out, and I like the idea of playing the 4 public school finals at one location. I like the deal they do at Rowe and with the public school, South Jersey public school football games on Friday and Saturday. I just think it's that. I think the other thing, I think you got to use the big facilities to really make these events special for the kids, because for many of them, this is it for them, for 99.9% of them, and also make the game sort of accessible and fun for parents and fans and the school too. So I think that's the other challenge, is just sort of using these facilities, and I think they do, a good job of that, of getting these games into facilities and at times that are conducive to getting crowds there to watch them play.
Mike McGarry, you look for his story tomorrow in the Press of Atlantic City, and of course, if you're on Twitter, he'll be every other play.
I don't get that crazy.
The work has changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, you used to come and you used to almost be in a cocoon for 2.5 hours. Nobody could talk to you. Nobody did anything. And now every score is tweeted out. There's video. There's everything. But and I think it's all good. I think it creates interest. I think it's I said to many people, you look at all the problems or the challenges of the newspaper industry. In a way, we reach more people than ever now. I get emails from grandmothers in Florida and all over the place, where before they had to wait 4 or 5 days for a clipping to come in the mail. Now they can get a story 2 hours after a game and follow along, to your broadcast on the internet or through Twitter or something. So I think it's all the changes that have come, like anything, it's all been positive.
Look for Mike McGarry in the Press of Atlantic City tomorrow. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Tom.
Former New Jersey Sports Writer of the Year. And, of course, I'm sitting next to a grandfather from Florida, Tom Getzky, who's honored us with his presence up here. He actually considers himself a Florida resident now. I just visited New Jersey.
I'm basically a Florida resident. I've been now for 3 years, enjoying the 8 months of warmth down there.
So what a crazy first half this was. I mean, Ocean City drove the ball with ease off the opening kickoff, made a mistake, and I think it was a sack involved, and ended up not scoring. Vineland made a stop. It was, I think, 4th and goal on the 5. And then a bad snap in another situation for Ocean City set up Vineland. They went in and scored. And then Vineland's punter kicks the ball into the line, and Ocean City recovers it and takes it in on an 8-yard run by Owen the Basic. It was Isaiah Pacheco who scored for Vineland. And then the difference in the game, the extra point by Andrew Donahue. It's 7-6 Ocean City here at the half.
Yeah, again, 2 possessions. Ocean City had his first possession, 3 first downs, march right down the field. Unfortunately, come back with 0. It was a possession for Vineland. Took advantage of some decent field position, and all of a sudden, Pacheco started to find his feet. He got in sync with his offensive line, and he plows into the end zone with 2 first downs, and helped by some penalties of Ocean City. Ocean City scores on a mistake, and the mistake was the punt. Again, it went 10 yards, a hit, and the back of an opposing player, and then Ocean City got the ball at the 15-yard line. So if you wanted precision football, you want drives, you want to see first downs rattled off, this wasn't the game. This game, both teams took advantage of great field position. Ocean City 15 yards out, Vineland at the 29, and just one of those situations where these are rebuilding teams. I was going to ask Mike that. He actually puts in his prediction, if you will, or the look at the league prior to the start of the season. He categorizes teams as contenders and rebuilding and that kind of thing. And he actually has definitions for what rebuilding means. Well, both of these teams, these are rebuilding teams. They're both young. There's 9 seniors on one team, 10 on another. The skill positions, every once in a while there's a breakdown of the skill position which lends itself to a penalty or a mistake. The kicking game, obviously, for Vineland is one of those areas where they just don't have the personnel, and the kicking game came back to haunt them, led to the touchdown for Ocean City. On the other hand, Ocean City's mistakes, whether it be the personal foul or the encroachment, led to the score for Vineland. That's what's going to happen. I always call it the 3 steps backwards, 1 step forward kind of offense, and that's what you get with a rebuilding program. These sophomores and juniors will mature. The experience will be great over a long season, and next thing you know, they'll play a lot better next year. But right now, this is what rebuilding teams do.
Got a hot game going on right now. Players are about 2.5 feet tall. Again, I don't know if it's Upper Township against Ocean City. We would guess that based on the colors, and the little midgets are
it's shoulder pads with feet. That's basically what it is. Shoulder pads with feet.
Yeah. It's entertaining, and I guess in 10, 12 years, most of these guys will be out here in the real Ocean City High School uniforms.
And this is what they dream of doing, is playing at the high school field. They do this at the Flyers games. They've done it at the Flyers games for 20 years. They're called Mites on Ice. And between periods, next thing you know, some kids from hockey programs all over the suburbs of Philadelphia and New Jersey get a chance to play, at the well, and it's such a great experience for them. They even interview them after that break. So
there are some that think it's too early.
Look, it's what the kids, this is what their dream is. The dream is to come to this high school, to play in front of these bleachers and these fans, and to be a Friday night football right here at Fenton Care Stadium. So,
it's known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. I remind you again, you can listen to and watch this game, not this little midget game here, but the Ocean City Vineland game, by going to oceancitysports.com, and people all over the place listen and watch. A grandparent, as Mike alluded to, in Florida can watch their game. A graduate who's up at college, like Frank Woolley at Delaware Valley, could be watching or listening online. We understand that Danny and Ernisha Miranda down in Virginia, who are Ernisha is the sister of Garrett Jones, that they're watching and listening to the game. So lots of people can take advantage, even though they're not in Ocean City or even in South Jersey, of watching and listening to the game. And we thank Bill Shawcross and Matt Ulmer for the video that you can see at oceancitysports.com. This is Tom Williams along with Tom Getzky and Butch Gleason. We'll take another look at the scoreboard, see if anything else is happening. But right now we want to tell you about Car Caress. Since 1981, the Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care at Car Caress, now at a new location, 1634 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, right next to CVS Pharmacy. There's also a Car Caress, too, at 100 Stagecoach Road in Mar. Marmora behind ShopRite. At Car Caress, they'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. They also have an automatic car wash, self-service bays, and vacuums. Car Caress, now at 1634 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone for an appointment at 609-398-8482. They also offer free pickup and delivery. Car Caress, something special for your vehicle at a price that fits your budget. The Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. The Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of EHT and Ocean City. We also want to tell you about other teams at Ocean City High School this fall, and it's brought to you by Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center, an exercise facility that encourages people of all ages and fitness levels to join and feel better. They have fun for everyone. The center has a newly renovated saltwater pool. It's great for family time or workouts, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines to get your heart pumping, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays 7 to 6, and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Phone 609-398-6900. For more information, visit ocnj.us/recreation online. Well, as far as the fall is concerned, the combined Ocean City teams coming into today are 25-3. The field hockey team, ranked number 6 in the state, is 5-0. The boys soccer team, with a single loss to St. Augustine, is ranked number 19 in the state, and they are 4-1. Girls soccer, 5-0, will play Williamstown tomorrow at 11 a.m. here in Ocean City. The girls tennis team is 4-2. Boys soccer will play against Vineland on Monday. And Tuesday, the cross-country teams will take on Absegami. The boys take a 56-meet win streak into that, and the girls a 27-meet win streak into that. So 2 big, long win streak for Ocean City cross-country. You know, and those are great streaks, Tom. But when you look around the state, yeah, your view stops at Christian Brothers Academy, who has won 331 consecutive boys cross-country meets. So if you figure about 10 to 12 a year, that's 30 years.
30 years.
Almost.
Yeah, dominating.
I'm sure they
level.
run more than 30 times, but it's, anyway, that's all brought to you by the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center. So what's happening in the other games?
And on the Bump Guard Construction scoreboard, again, St. Augustine holding on to that 26 lead over Millville. Mainland trails Atlantic City by 1. We have Holy Spirit on Bridgeton 7-6. Egg Harbor Township leads Lower Cape May 21-0. Cherokee trailing Timber Creek 7-0. The score there. Hamilton up over Washington Township 6-0. The score there. And again, stay tuned Saturday right here on 97.3. You're going to have Buna at Cedar Creek, and you can listen to it on our sister station 97.3 ESPN. And on noon tomorrow, Absegami will travel to St. Joseph. Absegami, a loser last week to Ocean City, have to take on the 1-0 St. Joseph team, and probably the number 1 team we offer here in South Jersey. Next week, though, Cedar Creek will be at Holy Spirit. You can listen to that at 97.3 ESPN. And Mainland renews its rivalry with Ocean City, and you'll hear that right on here, WPG 1450, as Mainland travels to Ocean City to take on the Red Raiders, and that is the Bumgardner Construction scoreboard.
I've got a question for you, Tom. We've all said this. I've said it hundreds and hundreds of times. Why is 97.3 ESPN our sister station and not our brother station? Why do we always have said that in broadcasting forever?
I have no idea.
When 2 stations are owned by the same company and they work together and so forth.
If you think about the Navy, they're sister ships.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just a phrase that got caught, and it's been used ever since.
That's right. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Boardwalk Honda wants your car, and they're paying top dollar. Visit boardwalkhonda.com. You know, if you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it, Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service, and I understand there's more on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
There is an update, and that update comes from Atlantic City. Atlantic City now trails Mainland 28-20 in that ball game. Atlantic City loser last week to Egg Harbor Township as they opened at home. East Orange has taken a 13-7 lead on Oakcrest, and Timber Creek has been now tied by Cherokee in that ball game. Timber Creek 7, Cherokee 7 on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
We understand Rob Ennis has been held to 33 yards in the first half by some good defensive work of St. Augustine Prep. And of course, that's a big reason why they would be ahead.
And one thing about running backs, though, Tom, and you know it, it only takes one. You know, you can be not bottled up, and all of a sudden, one play, and it's it's pay dirt. It's just the way running backs are. They'll find a seam and they'll make it count.
Well, that's what's happened in this game here is that these two teams have both made offensive mistakes. One was a punting mistake that have set up the other. And in those two cases, at least, both teams took advantage of it. And Ocean City kicked the extra point, and Vineland didn't. So it's 7-6 Ocean City. We also understand Rob Ennis was shaken up and has been down in the last part of the first half.
Well, that certainly would account for being bottled up. If he gets dinged up, and again, no reason to. It's a long season, and that certainly can affect his play. And Ennis is not all that big, you know, when you think about it. So if he takes one of those shots, it could be that shot.
Well, Ron Harris, the fine running back for St. Augustine, is the one that's putting on a bit of a show. He has 146 yards in the third quarter of that game, and 20-6 lead is the last we had for St. Joe's. By the way, we mentioned Ocean City Field Hockey came in 5-0. They won today. They shut out Mainland 6-0. Kelly Hanna scored 3 times, and Ocean City improves to 6-0 for in field hockey. So the fall just continues to get better. Ocean City's always had some success in the fall, but this year it seems to be even bigger. St. Augustine has scored again. It's now 27-6. St. Augustine leading Millville up at the prep, up in Richland on their turf field. Rancocas Valley has taken a 20-6 lead over Eastern at halftime, and Camden leads Delsey 32-7 after 3 quarters. Now Millville, we understand, has come back to score, so I would guess it's 27-12. 27-12 it is, but there's only 4 minutes left in the game, so Millville in danger. They gave up a lot of points last week to Mainland and threw the ball well against them, and they're obviously giving up some points here to this St. Augustine team. And Mike McGarry pointed out accurately that this is a team that they lost 36-6 to St. Joe's, but they played well, and they were somewhat impressive in that situation.
And certainly no shame losing to St. Joe.
No.
which is the perennial powerhouse. So,
well, we're about ready to go here in the second half of this game. We've run through the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. And Ocean City will be, wait a minute, didn't they receive to start the game?
They did receive to start the game.
They're going to get the ball again.
Yeah, they are. And it's
short
another
kick.
Very,
it's caught
very
by Garrett Jones, and he falls down. He caught it at the 44-yard line and couldn't get his feet under him. Went down at the 45, but great field position. So Vineland is going to take the wind, I guess, for this third quarter. And I don't know if they thought they'd kick them deep into their territory, but they certainly didn't do that.
Certainly they're not going to kick them deep. That's the first kick that's been in the air. Vineland has kicked the ball off in a squib style each,
yeah, that's right,
a couple times in the ball game, and that was in the air, and it went, it got to the 45.
Yeah.
So kicking is not their expertise.
Donahue waits the snap. Takes it, hands it off right up the middle, and they drive out to about the 48-yard line.
Stopped on the play by Donovan Bennett, as Bennett filled very quickly from his linebacker's position.
Plasek picks up about 3. Unofficially, he had 48 yards in the first half, so he's over 50 for the game. And Ocean City didn't spread quite as much on that alignment. Let's see if they're tightening things up and going to attack inside. Now they send Garrett Jones to the left, Jeremiah Johnson to the right. Dylan Fay has still not returned. In motion, Baumgartner. They hand it up the middle. Breaking free is Plasek down the left side at the 40, at the 30. He's inside the 20, and he's going to score. Owen Plasek looked to be stopped, but he goes 51 yards for a touchdown. And
it's the same play again. Baumgartner, they basically let a lineman through, and Baumgartner's in motion. He gets that lineman. In the meantime, that left end over there goes down and gets the linebacker, and then Plasek kicked out to the left. We kind of lost him in the mirage of bodies out there, and all of a sudden he popped out for a huge touchdown for Ocean City with 11:07 remaining here in the third quarter.
Now the holder, in the absence of Dylan Fay, is Declan McGuigan, and he had to run and find the tee, and now he gets us onto the field. Donahue the kick, McGuigan to hold. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough. Drifted to the left. It is no good. Waiting for the officials. It took a long time to make the signal. But Ocean City opens a 13-6 lead here with less than a minute gone in the second half, and they will kick off to Vineland. For over 60 years, Diorio's Circle Cafe has been a gathering spot for local sports fans. They're loaded with TVs at Diorio's, so you can always see your favorite game. In fact, you can see 2, 3 at the same time. It's not fine dining at Diorio's, just good food. In fact, their wings and tenders were voted best at the shore. The kitchen is open daily at 11 a.m. You can phone the 609-927-6111 for takeout. The Circle's gone, but Diorio's Circle Cafe is still there. MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point. And if Tom Getsky voted in that best wings and tenders, I'm sure that part of the reason why they won, because he loads up on them.
How about Vineland's decision to kick off again?
Yeah.
So how did that work
we're not
out
wrong,
for you?
are we? They did receive.
Yes.
Ocean City, both halves.
Both halves.
So
how about that
Vineland
decision?
took the end of the field with the wind and kicked the ball 15 yards. Yeah. Now Ocean City kicks into a little bit of a wind. Donahue kicking. Does all the kicking. Gets it up in the air. Wind holds it up. It's taking it to 31-yard line. Out across the 35 and out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Robert Blakely on the carry for Vineland.
This time they didn't look to pitch it back to Atoki. They ran forward with it and got it out to the 43-yard line. So Vineland trying to answer 2 scores here.
And Zach Wyman back into the game, Tom, for Ocean City. So he just got a little dinged up, and he feels better, and he's back over center.
That's great. Harry Feifel is in the game, too. I think he's replacing Fay. He's a freshman. Ocean City expects big things of. Back deep is Garrett Jones, the safety. The snap handed off left side and across the 45 to the 47-yard line. DeQuan Cosby, the 6', 208-pound sophomore, had a good game against Ocean City last year, as I recall.
And the play second on the tackle for Ocean City, but a real good 5-yard gain, 5.5 for Vineland first play.
Picks up about 5, right? 2nd and 5. They're set. Motion from a Toki. Now there's flags and players on both sides moved. We'll see if Vineland moved first.
It's Vineland, so it'll go against Vineland. We have an update on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, 27-12, St. Augustine over Millville. And Egg Harbor Township has extended their lead to 28-0 over Lower Cape May.
So let's say about 2nd and 10 now, a 5-yard penalty against Vineland. Now they're moving people all around. Toki will be the deep back in the eye as Pacheco goes under center. Looks over the defense. Long count. Now he looks at his wrist. Pacheco under center. Back play action, rolling to the right. Has some room. And he avoids one tackler down the side. He's got the first down across the 50 and inside the 45 to the 43-yard line.
It was power left, Tom. They had the tight end on the left side, so he went against the power side. The same play where, as opposed to holding on to the football, Pacheco, he tried to pass in another possession. It was incomplete. They had to punt it away. This time it was a run play all the way. It would be a bootleg, if you will, as he ran away from the power of the offensive line and picked up the big first down.
About 19 yards on the play. The ball's on the 44-yard line. And they hit off the right side, and there's nothing there.
Tried the quick hitter over there, but they were going to have none of it, Ocean City. And
it was Cosby again. There's a Vineland player down on the field. Seems to be in some discomfort. And the trainer quickly out. We talk about all the different things that have changed. It used to be everybody just ran off tackle, and now there's all kinds of spreads and everything, but probably the biggest change and the biggest improvement is sports training, the trainers that are on both sidelines. And many times in the past, there weren't any trainers, and you just had an ambulance sitting down at the end of the field.
Always had an ambulance in the end zone.
The ambulance isn't here now, but they get here in a hurry if they're needed. But they have trainers that sometimes can take care of whatever's needed. Loss of a yard on this play, so it'll be 2nd and 11 coming up for Vineland. He's going to get up on his feet. At least he's in a seated position. Haven't caught his number yet.
The no huddle has really found its place in high school football too. So you see it at the college level now all the time. Obviously, you see it. You used to see it in short yardage or in little time left in the game situations at the pro level. Now you see it all the time at all levels, and it's being used quite actively here at the high school level as well.
I think that was Juan Gonzalez. He walked off on his own. The thing about a lot of these no-huddle things, they take so long to determine the play when looking to the sideline and everything, you might as well huddle. I guess the thing it does, though, it limits how much substituting the defense can do.
Correct.
Pacheco.
Now he'll look
a couple of pumps. Now he checks the sideline to determine the play. Now sometimes on those pumps they'll snap the ball, so you have to be ready. 2nd and 11. Motion from the left side, and he hands the ball off, trying to sweep the right side. Isaiah Jones, and he picks up some yardage, picks up 6 or 7. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
That was a real good sweep. And again, great. Notice no red jerseys penetrating on the right side of the line of scrimmage over there, Tom. They were able, the seal blocks were good, and Jones found all kinds of running room, bring up 3rd and 5.
Pacheco back to his left, slot to the right, receiver out to the left. Checks the sideline for the play. Motion from the right side, and I think a lineman moved.
And that's another thing you want to do. You want to try to draw as many encroachment calls as you can, not huddling, making the defense, get in their position right away, and then looking for, calls from the coach. I mean, all of this stuff's going on while the defensive lineman's in his stance. And eventually you're going to get an encroachment. They did right there. And the first down.
Toki went into motion, and Ocean City jumped off sides. The 30 yards and penalties against the Raiders unofficially. 5 first downs for Vineland. It's 1st and 10 inside the 35-yard line. Pacheco checks the sideline. He's got a back to his right. A slot to the right and the receiver out to the left. It's a low snap, but he gets it, hands it off, and they pick off a few yards off the right side. So it was Isaiah Jones.
Robert Blakely in on the stop for.
Ball spotted on the 30. Ocean City does make a quick substitution. Gain of about 4. 2nd and 6. Vineland trailing 13-6 here.
Trying to answer the Ocean City score. I mean, they scored so early in the second period. Because Vineland drew first blood and Ocean City had to answer in the next possession.
2nd and 6. Checo keeps up the middle, sidesteps the tackle, still going. He's down inside the 15-yard line and close to the 10.
Ran off his own man time, ran up the back of his own man and bounced out wide, and was able to get another good yardage over the right-hand side. Was Pacheco. So young man's got good sight and got some decent blocks downfield. Is able to use both for the first down.
Actually spotted on the 15-yard line. 1st and 10.
So here's
Vineland does huddle.
And this is the answer. Both of these teams, try to answer the other once they score, and this is Vineland's opportunity right here.
But why did they want the win? They're not throwing the ball. The receiver to the slot to the right. There's a back to his left. Pacheco almost ran into a man in motion, but he goes off the right side and then is hit and driven back. I think Zach Williams is the one that wrapped him up. We'll see. They finally blew the whistle, though Pacheco never actually went down. Now a flag comes in. Well after the play's over.
It's usually unsportsmanlike when you have that.
Against Ocean City.
Against Ocean City. When Vineland scored last time, Ocean City had a couple unfortunate penalties that really aided Vineland in getting them deep into Ocean City territory. And here, it's exactly the same thing. They're going to march this penalty off from the 15. It's really going to hurt the Red Raiders.
Puts the ball down around the 7-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for Vineland. 5th penalty against Ocean City, 3 against Vineland. Yardage is pretty close to the same.
This is where Pacheco, the threat of a running quarterback, really comes into play. Very difficult to defend down here deep.
He takes the snap, hands it off, hitting the line, trying to drive for extra yardage. Whistles blow. And that's all that Cosby could get, was about a yard. So it's 2nd and goal. The ball at about the 5 or 6 yard line. Ocean City trying to get a couple new players in. Somebody on the field waved them off. Didn't think they'd have time to get in. Pacheco back to his right, receivers to each side. Now looks to the sideline to get the play. 2nd and goal at about the 5. Vineland trailing 13-6. Trying to tie it up or go ahead here. Motion from the wideout. Pacheco keeps, trying to go right, sidesteps into the end zone for a touchdown. His 5th of the year, 2nd of the game and 5th of the year, and Vineland cuts the lead to 13-12.
Again, the answer, Ocean City comes out quickly and scores, takes the lead 13-6, and coming right back and scoring is the Fighting Clan of Vineland. So both teams score back-to-back in the 4 scores in this game. Interesting the way they respond.
Looks like they're going to kick. Ryan Banks, the kicker,
was blocked last time. Ocean City got good penetration and blocked this.
I think he actually kicked it into the line.
The punt, I think, but whatever. It was no good.
Snap, the ball is down. He kicks it into the line again. Can't get any height on it. So it stays 13-12. Ocean City on top by 1 with 6:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll get it. Need a sign? You need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie at Blue Water Graphics creates signs for real estate and other businesses. He does construction site signs and window lettering for your business. He can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics That's at 609-823-8891. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, whatever lettering you need. Phone Captain Charlie at 823-8891. Blue Water Graphics. Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com and at Staten's Gallery at Asbury Avenue at downtown Gillian's. So Ocean City will receive.
Now let's see how this kickoff goes for Vineland. And we finally have one.
He gets this foot into it. Oh, and Ocean City bobbles it. They pick it up at about the 20-yard line and shooting out across the 30 to about the 31 or 32-yard line. I think I was deer off. It is. So the ball's going to be at the 31. Ocean City will start on its own 31. They lead it 13-12.
And as this game was moving real fast early in the first period, it slowed back up again because of the penalties and because of those kinds of things that really do interrupt the flow of the game. Ocean City's got a chance now to put together a drive and see if they can answer once again.
Slot right, receiver left. Donahue waits. Takes a snap, hands it off inside, and stumbling as he got to the line of scrimmage was Dan Henderson. He fell ahead for maybe a yard.
Big hole, too. He had a nice size hole on the right side, Dan Henderson, but again, little turf came up and bit him and brought him to the ground. So unfortunate for Ocean City. They get very little, if any, gain on that play.
You know, these two teams, Tom, don't have a lot of players. Vineland dresses 40, Ocean City 37. So injuries are very important. Not having injuries is very important.
And then you see in those areas like kicking and so forth, there's going to be a problem.
Second, about 9. Baumgartner shifts. They hand the ball off to Henderson going left. And he picks up maybe a yard or two out to the 32-yard line. Give him a yard. But it'll be third down at about 8.
Third time they've run that play, both times successfully. This time, finally, Vineland got a good look at it and answered it. They got a good push on that side as Okoki came up and made the tackle, filled from his linebacker position.
Actually, he didn't gain anything on that, so it's a second down and about 9.
See where Otoki is playing the safety over here, Tom? He actually moved all the way over there and stuffed that play at the line of scrimmage.
Jones splits to the left. Johnson wide to the right with Deer off in the slot. Donahue back to throw. Looks, fires, incomplete. Flags. And a flag comes in. They were trying to throw it to Garrett Jones.
I think he got interfered with. I think a defender's hand came in and held his arms, and I think it's going to go against Vineland.
Pass interference against Vineland as they held Garrett Jones, and Ocean City should get a first down here.
Yes, he went up to reach his hands for the ball. The defender got his arm on there, unable to go up and get it. Official was Johnny on the spot, made the call. Big penalty. Continues the drive because Ocean City was having some issues, moving the football, but the penalty certainly helps them.
Out to the 46-yard line. First and 10. Johnson splits to the right. Jones to the left. Baumgartner in motion. Handoff going left. And Henderson pulls out of a tackle, and he's across the 50 to about the 45 of Vineland.
Got the the defensive lineman on that side to pinch a little bit, and then once he felt contact, he just bounced outside, got good yardage off the left side for Ocean City, and brings up second and short. Second and 1?
Picked up 9 on the play.
9 on first down. Beautiful thing.
Ball's at the 45.
Score would be big here, Tom. They do hold a 1-point lead. Third quarter winding down, and they'll switch sides.
Baumgartner in motion. Handoff going left. Henderson blasts through, and he's got the first down to about the 35 or 34-yard line. Make it the 33-yard line.
The ball came out.
Flag on the play, Tom.
The ball came out. The ball carrier's on the field, but about 7 yards from the ball carrier, the ball bounced out and was picked up by Vineland.
Officials are huddling. There's a flag back around the 45-yard line. got enough for the first down. As Tom tells you, the ball came loose. Well, a lot of decisions to be made here. Holding, Ocean City declined. Vineland has recovered a fumble.
There it is. The ball popped out. Boy, that was such a great play for Ocean City, too. He read his blocks beautifully, found the seam, as you said, burst of speed for a huge first down. But, boy, at the point of contact downfield, the ball popped out. It went about 7 yards, so Ocean City couldn't possibly recover it, and it was all Vineland from there. They take over at their own 27.
3:30 left in the third quarter. Vineland down 13-12. And they've got the football starting on their own 28. Pacheco awaits the snap. He's got trips to the left, receiver to the right. Motion. Pacheco keeps, goes up the middle. Got some room down the right side. He broke it out to the right. And he picks up about 8 yards across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, found some penetration. He bounced off of one of his linemen, and then he just got outside. The defensive end had pinched over there, so turned it upfield, picks up 8 yards on first down.
2nd and 2. Pacheco is a back to his right, receivers to each side. They get the play from the sideline.
Ocean City leaving the middle of the field wide open.
Motion here by Isaiah Jones. And trying to get outside. Pacheco makes a good cut. Good cut also by Zach Williams, Dan Walsh, who slices in and makes the tackle. But a first down for Vineland at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, reading the blockers once again. Pacheco, he cut it inside, then bounced out, and then cut it back inside again. As you said, if it weren't for Walsh, it would have been even more of a game, but it is first down.
From the 43, receiver to each side. Pacheco has a back to his right. Takes the snap. Rolling right, looking, fires in the right flat, and it's incomplete, right through the hands of a Toki.
Toki was looking at the defender and not the football. His head definitely turned off of the football as he was deciding where he was going to run or if he was going to get hit. And lo and behold, you got to get the ball first, young fella.
2nd and 10. It's only the second pass unofficially that Pacheco has thrown. He hasn't completed one. Ocean City's only completed 2 for 16 yards.
Well, that was certainly catchable. The first pass Pacheco threw, not so.
2nd and 10.
This is the same formation this entire possession, Tom.
Pacheco checks the sideline, shouts to the wide receiver, maybe calling an audible. Pacheco's going to run right. He cuts it up the middle. He picks up about 6 or 7 and is hit right about midfield. But a good gain.
Looks like Dan Russo is determined Pacheco is going to be the runner because they're using motion. They're using a deep back, but they are certainly not handing the ball off. It's all Pacheco. Once he reads his offensive blocking, then he just takes off with the football.
3rd and about 3. Pacheco up under center. Backs her in the eye. Toki the deep back. Now they check their wrists and whistle.
We're going to have too much time.
I think somebody moved.
Or did they have a move?
Let's see.
Yep.
Illegal procedure against Vineland. Moves them back 5 yards.
This is what happens to young teams. You know, a couple steps forward, one back, a penalty, a turnover, an incomplete pass.
Of course, if the linemen are in down position, they can't check their wrists.
True.
So I guess somebody has to pass the word.
Well, when he's up under center, if you haven't noticed, he's whispering in his center's ear.
Yeah. So it's 3rd and about 9. Under center, Pacheco rolling right, looking, fires. It is caught down the right sideline. A first down. Now it's loose, and Ocean City has covered a fumble.
So on the first complete pass of the game and a broken tackle, which looked like it was going to give Vineland all kinds of good room to play, Ocean City picks up their own turnover.
Owen the Plasic, I think, came up with the football. Not sure who knocked it loose.
And the last two possessions, Tom, have come via the turnover.
Yep.
Both teams have fumbled the ball away to the other. Both teams driving in the process and giving the ball back.
So Ocean City now on its own 31-yard line. We have 1:18 left.
In a one-point game, Ocean City with the ball in the lead.
Receivers left and right. It's a slot to the right. Donahue hands the ball off. Looking for room up the middle and out to about the 35-yard line. Slow getting up. It wasn't Naplastic that was slow getting up. It was Juan Sanchez.
Sanchez still,
guard.
a little gimpy, getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now in the huddle, shaking it off.
Garrett Jones splits to the right. Deeroff is in the slot. Donahue has Baumgartner shuffling. Hands the ball off to Naplastic. He avoids a man in the backfield, cuts away from another. He's got the first down and out to almost the 45-yard line.
Boy, what a great play by Naplastic. I mean, really cutting the ball upfield, the north and south. He really did a nice job of finding the hole there because he was stopped in the backfield. He broke that tackle and then broke it upfield for the big first down, and great run by Ocean City.
And Naplastic scored both touchdowns for Ocean City. His first two of the season. He has 114 yards unofficially and 13 carries. Garrett Jones splits to the right. Johnson in the slot. There's a wing back on the left side. Handoff hit into the line, nothing. Good reaction by Vineland. They tried Henderson up the middle. Actually, he did pick up a yard.
Yeah, the tackler actually spun him around and got him a yard. Lamar Copeland in on the tackle for Vineland as the third quarter comes to a close. Ocean City has the ball almost at midfield and in the lead by 1 over Vineland.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. At local gym and fitness, their staff brings more than 30 years of training experience to the job. Local gym and fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. You can call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. Jersey Mike's has a great menu and have hot and cold sandwiches, wraps, salads, and a kids menu. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Visit Jersey Mike's in the ShopRite Center on New Road in Somers Point. Phone 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's. The finest Italian food in Ocean City is at Voltaco's. They're open 7 days a week during the summer, but it's weekends right now in the fall. Their spring opening are eagerly awaited by their many customers. Voltaco's 957 West Avenue in Ocean City. Phone 609-399-0753. Okay, it's first and 10. No.
Second and we'll call it 8.
Second and 8. Yeah, that's what we got.
And again, this is exchange of turnovers. Puts Ocean City at their own, 46-yard line.
Slot left, receiver right, and Ocean City's going to call timeout. So coming out of that between period huddle, they didn't get things right, and they spend the timeout here.
And that's the last thing in the world you want to do when you have calling a timeout. When you have the exchange of the third and fourth period, that's Ocean City not prepared to run that play given all the time they had with the exchange of third and fourth period.
Unless, of course, Vineland did something completely different, and they had to make a change. Here's a halftime score on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard: Middle Township 21, Pleasantville 7. That's a national conference game in the Cape Atlantic League. And that final, St. Augustine 27, Millville 12. So the number 10 ranked team in South Jersey has been beaten. Millville, among the interesting games being played here on the second night.
Yeah, well, and Ennis getting dinged up in that game.
All right, second 8, Ocean City at its own 47-yard line. They lead 13-12 to the Raiders. Slot left, receiver to right. Donahue waits the snap. He's got it. He hands it off. Trying to go up the middle. Hit just past the line of scrimmage and maybe picks up 2 yards on the carry.
Jared Banks in on the tackle, filled from his linebacker position.
Henderson did the best he could there. Got a couple yards out to the 49-yard line.
So 3rd and long for Ocean City. This is going to be a key play in this drive.
Jeremiah Johnson splits wide in the slot. Garrett Jones wide to the left side.
It's offsides.
And the offside penalty against Vineland. They came shooting across.
Actually lucky for Ocean City, Tom, because I got to tell you, Garrett Jones lined up off sides. Well, he wasn't moving.
Well, yeah, but he looked to the official, and the official okayed him. The wide receivers usually check with that official.
I got you, but
yeah, I thought he might have been too far up too, but the official acknowledged that he was okay.
I thought the official was just baiting him, but don't you know, the encroachment call goes against Vineland. An entirely different 3rd down call now for Ocean City. They were looking at 3rd and long. Now it's 3rd and 1.
At the 47-yard line of Vineland.
Key play.
Slot left, receiver right. Baumgartner in motion. Up the middle, Henderson. He's got the first down to the 43-yard line.
And Donovan Bennett with a big tackle for Vineland, because that certainly looked like it was going to go for more yardage, but it gets the first down, and the possession remains Ocean City.
Now LaPlasic comes back in. They run LaPlasic and Henderson both in and out. Jared Jones too, but he hasn't run from scrimmage in this game. I don't know if he's banged up or not. He's been out there on some special teams. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Donahue waits the snap.
Big blitz.
Hands it off. LaPlasic. LaPlasic is hit and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
Lamar Copeland with the help of the blitz. Basically, Copeland just sat back and saw the blitz stop the man, and then wrapped him up and flung him back for a loss. Loss of about maybe a half yard.
It's called 2nd and 10. Ball at about the 44-yard line. Johnson splits to the left, Jones to the right with Deeroff in the slot out there. In motion, Baumgartner's 3 receivers to the right. Quick pass to Baumgartner right side, and he's wrapped up. Good defensive play by Vineland.
Yeah, and almost a pick. I mean, they read it. That Vineland knew it was coming, so they basically blitzed that defender to that side, and he almost got in the way of that pass, but they saw that play in the first half. It went for about 8 or 9 yards for Ocean City. This time, well defensed by Vineland, and they lose yardage.
Back outside the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 12 for Ocean City. Garrett Jones splits to the left. Slot left. Back Donahue. They hand it off to the second man, and he's inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Deeroff on the carry.
Once again, Copeland on the stop. He came in from his defensive position to make the play, so punting the ball away will be Ocean City. They do have the wind at their back.
Donahue to punt. Toki back at the 5-yard line. It's a high kick. Floats down, rolls inside the 15, is grabbed at the, started to go back again, so was grabbed immediately at the 15-yard line by, I guess it was Evan Nathan. And Vineland will have the football on its own 15-yard line.
8:47 remain here in this ball game. Vineland trails by 1, and they're starting this drive deep in their own territory. Any passes will be in the face of a pretty stiff wind.
Remember, you can see the last 9 minutes of this game. Go to OceanCitySports.com, click on the link, and watch Ocean City and Vineland. Matt Ulmer and Bill Shopcross supplying the video. Our play-by-play is involved as well. Pacheco checking with the sideline. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Big possession for Vineland. They were driving the last time and fumbled it away. Pacheco hands it off, and some running room off the right side out across the 20 to about the 21 or 22-yard line.
That was Quan Cosby on the carry there, Tom. So 2nd and 4 will be the call now for Vineland.
2nd and 4 it is. Otoki split to the right, receiver wide to the left. The 2 pumps by Pacheco. Now he looks to the sideline. In motion, Otoki 10. They trail by 1. Here's a sweep. Bouncing it to the outside and down the left side. Looks like he has enough for the first down. He does. Just a yard or 2 past. He gets out to the 40-yard line, and another Vineland first down. Their 10th unofficially in this game.
And he got a block downfield that really, once he bounced out, he needed one more block, and he got it from Lyndon Williams. Did a Toki on that. So the first down by Vineland, and the drive continues. They trail in this contest by 1 point.
1st and 10 from the 40. Vineland checks the wrists.
Full house backfield, too.
The ball dropped by Pacheco, and he falls on it back around the 35-yard line. Loss of 5.
Once again, running and handing the ball off before getting it cleanly from the center. That's just anticipation, and it has hurt Pacheco on several occasions in this ball game as he's put the ball on the turf and had to fall on. Loss of 6.
2nd and 16 for Vineland, about their own 34-yard line. Pacheco comes up under center, backs in the eye behind him. Takes a snap, dropping back, rolling right, looking downfield, getting a rush. Now he floats it downfield. Diving attempt unsuccessful. It falls off the hands of Juan Gonzalez and incomplete.
And Juan Gonzalez broke very late to the ball. I don't think he thought Pacheco was going to go to him. He broke very late to the ball. If he had just broken a step earlier, Tom, he would have been wide open and the pass would have been right there. But again, broke late to the ball, falls incomplete, brings up 3rd and long now. This drive about to stall unless they can convert here.
And it's 3rd and 14. Turnovers, poor punts, bad snaps from center, a lot of factors in this game.
And penalties, you know. You'll get a first down or 2. You'll start to feel good, and all of a sudden a couple penalties back to back.
Pacheco with a back to his right, puts a man in motion. I hear whistles.
Yeah. Whistles.
I thought I heard whistles. Is it a timeout? I don't see a flag. Delay of game. Oh, wow. Another 5-yard penalty. Garrett Jones comes back in for Ocean.
So 3rd and 16 goes to 3rd and 21 now.
55 yards in penalties.
And again, rebuilders, they can't, they can't get those yards back. Your offense is struggling, you're adding an extra 55, you've got to try to get back.
Naplasik checked in on defense as well. Now Vineland, they put a guy in motion, then they check their wrists. Pacheco misses, bobbles the snap, goes back and picks it up at the 20. Now he's scrambling. He's being fenced in, and he almost gets away. He's finally wrapped up around the shoulders, and he's going to go down back around the 25 or 26-yard line.
But again, with that punting game, Vineland, this is going to give Ocean City great field position, center of the field with the wind at their back.
6:29 left, so Vineland wouldn't give any thoughts to going after it with 30 yards to go.
No.
But you're right, the kicking game has not served them well.
No.
No aspect of it. Atoki back to punt. He's going to Temple, but not as a kicker. He checks the wind, though. Standing about his own 10. Timeout Ocean City. So Ocean City's used 2 of its 3 timeouts. I don't think Vineland's used any here in the second half.
Coach was concerned about how many men he had on the field. So he calls timeout.
Coverage brought to you on WPG Talk Radio 1450 by Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries, tested and trusted. The McMahon Insurance Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. The coverage you need, the service you deserve.
And on the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Atlantic City and Mainland are now knotted at 28. We already had that final in St. Augustine, 27-12 over Millville. Bridgeton now leads Holy Spirit 21-14. Middle Township thumping Pleasantville 29-7. East Orange has a 25-10 lead over Oakcrest, and Egg Harbor Township's up 42-zip.
Atoki to punt. Garrett Jones back deep. And Jones says, leave it alone. It didn't go very far. Went high in the air. It's actually going to roll out to about the 38-yard line. And Ocean City will have the football on the Vineland 38-yard line. And, of course, they'd like to run out the clock. There's 5:49 left. But if they keep it for 5:49, they'd probably score.
Very, very, very high, but very short kick by Atoki.
And it ends up being into the wind. I still don't understand that decision at halftime.
Well, it didn't work because Ocean City got the ball in the very first possession, scored on the second play.
Yep.
So, kind of put Vineland in a hole.
Garrett Jones splits to the left, slot to the left. They move Baumgartner into motion. And the handoff, trying to get to the outside, and the Plasik, and he's hit hard. Good tackle in there by Natron Amberths.
And Ambrose did exactly the right thing. He waited until the ball carrier made his move, and then he came up and filled. He didn't want to get caught. You just don't want to anticipate and get caught pinching in or curling in a little bit. He waited until the ball carrier made his move and came up and filled quickly.
He actually lost a yard on the play. It's 2nd and 11, almost 11.
Certain ball players just know how to get to the line of scrimmage in lightning fashion, and he is one of them.
Slot right. Wing back on the left side. Donahue hands the ball off to Henderson, trying to bounce it to the outside. He does get a couple of yards.
Ryan Bankson on the tackle. Once again, filled. He just waited for his defensive line to create a seam. He filled it, and he got in on the tackle for a short gain.
Thought I'd see a timeout there from Vineland. They have 3 left. We're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter, and they're down a point. The ball's at the 37-yard line. It's 3rd down and about 8. Donahue waits to snap. They're lined up tight. Hands the ball off. Plasik trying to find a hole, and he couldn't. Was filled quickly, and he's thrown back.
Donovan Bennett in on the tackle, assisted by Lamar Copeland. They have been busy for the Fighting Clan tonight against Ocean City.
So 4th down for Ocean City. Looks like a wind at their back.
Punting team in.
Yeah. So it's 4th and about 8. The ball's at the 36-yard line, call it. And the Raiders will let the clock run as long as they can. They may take a penalty, in fact, because it doesn't matter. They're going to punt anyway. And they do. They take a 5-yard penalty. So they got every second they could out of the clock. And now Donahue's going to try to punt them deep.
Well, he'll punt them deep anyway. I mean, the way the wind's blowing gets you that 5 yards back.
Vineland doesn't buy the punt. They're not sending anybody back deep, I guess. Well, now he's going back. Atoki drops back to about his own 15-yard line. Good snap. High punt. He's trying to kick it out of bounds, but he kicked it out of bounds a little too early. And Vineland will have the football probably between the 25 and the 30-yard line. We'll see what the officials say. Does that little march down the sideline. It's going to be on the 26-yard line. So Vineland with the ball on its own 26. They do have, we think, 3 timeouts. And there is 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. And they got to score anyway to take the lead here. They're down by 1. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Brian Brummel and his professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda, Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Pacheco takes the snap, hands the ball off, trying to sweep to the outside. Now he cuts it back up the middle, finds a little bit of room, and gets it out across the 35, turns it into a real big gain out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he just has great vision, Tom, and as you mentioned, that 4.4 speed, he can get fast in one step, and he did right there.
I think that was a Toki.
But again, getting back to the way they run, again, with the speed that they offer, they're upfield quickly in one step. First down on the first play of this series.
Now Pacheco keeps, hits off the left side, out across the 45 to the 46, and driven back after picking up 6 yards.
So between a Toki and Pacheco, they've picked up 17 yards in 2 plays.
Out to the 46-yard line. 2:40 remaining. Vineland with 3 timeouts, we think. Pacheco puts a man in motion, gives him the ball. Trying to get to the outside, points out a block, gets a block. Down the sideline, Garrett Jones wraps him up and takes him out of bounds. Good run by Isaiah Jones.
What a great block by Atoki. I mean, he just absolutely planted that defender, ran him right over, and picked up yet another first down for Vineland on this drive.
To the Ocean City 39-yard line with 2:20 remaining. Ball out of bounds, actually 2:23. So the clock is stopped. Pacheco with a couple of pumps, now looks to the sidelines. Lifts that right leg to indicate let's go. Atoki in motion. Pacheco keeps it, hits off the left side, spins out of a tackle. He gets to the 35 and is driven back.
Wrapped up by Dan Walsh, but not before he got 4 yards on the carry. 2:05 remaining here in the ball game, and Vineland driving down 1.
Maybe 5 yards on the carry. It's close. Hands off to Atoki, trying to go left side. He gets to the outside, a flag on the play.
Got a hold.
Driven out of bounds at about the 27 or 28-yard line, but there's a flag back at the 35. Block in the back, I think.
We're going to call Blakely. So, yeah, this play is going to come back. And they call holding against Blakely.
So that's going to move the ball back to the 45-yard line. Unofficially 65 yards against Vineland in penalties. Clock down to 1:44. Ocean City leads here 13-12. Vineland with, we think, 3 timeouts left. Ball's on the 45. So it's second down and 16 yards to go. Pacheco ready. Puts a man in motion. And he stops. Play went out of bounds anyways. It was a penalty, so there was no clock running. Snap. Pacheco running right. Fires downfield. It's caught by Atoki at about the 31-yard line. Kind of close to the first down. We'll see where they spot it.
I think he's going to be about 2 yards shy.
That's what he's going to college to do. Catch passes. I think. Maybe he's going for defense. Anyway, the ball's on the 31-yard line. You're right, about 2 yards short. That's the first completion.
And they're in 4-down territory easily. So 2 plays to get to these 2 yards with 1:29 remaining.
Vineland uses a timeout. 1:29 left. Ocean City leads 13-12. Game brought to you by the Heist Agency, with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. You will also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Perry Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels. This game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. All right, Pacheco waits the snap. Third and a couple. The Toki in motion. Now they look to the sideline. And seems to be some confusion. Checks his watch. Takes a snap. Pacheco running left.
Good blocking.
And he spun to the ground at the 30-yard line. Just short of the first down, I think.
Zach Williams in on the tackle, Tom. Boy, you did not see a red shirt penetrate at all. He had that corner. Zach Williams came up and filled very well, stopping that for a very short gain of 1.
4th and a yard. Pacheco up under center. Drives ahead, bounces off a hit, and gets the first down into the 35-yard line. Excuse me, the 25-yard line.
The clock will stop as they move the chains.
Vineland with still a couple timeouts. There's exactly 1 minute left. And they're on the Ocean City 25-yard line, trailing 13-12. Motion. They hand the ball off. Trying to sweep the right side is Jones. And he's wrapped up by Naplasik and now 3-4 others. The whistle blows him dead at about the 18-yard line, actually the 16-yard line.
Naplasik took a shot in that elbow, Tom, and that wrist. He's laboring with that injury right now, and timeout called by Vineland.
Yeah, that we believe is their second. They have one more. With 41 seconds left, they're on the Ocean City 16-yard line. Take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Wiesenthal's Auto Service. If you need work on your car, you can trust Don and Glenn to treat it as if it were their own. At Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. The Wiesenthal family has been taking care of South Jersey's vehicles for more than half a century. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don, Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. Next week, Ocean City, home here to Mainland. You'll hear it on WPG Talk Radio 1450. And Vineland goes to Egg Harbor Township next Friday. That all brought to you by Wiesenthal's Auto Service.
Naplasik stays in the game, Tom. He shook it off.
Here we go, big
Juan
play.
Sanchez has entered the game
on the 41-yard line, 2nd and a yard. Pacheco back, rolling left. He's got some room in front of him. Tries to cut it back. He does. He's into the 5-yard line. He's into the 5-yard line, 31 seconds left, and a timeout is called, or at least the clock is stopped.
Clock is stopped while they move the change.
So no timeout. Maybe they don't have any more timeouts. It's 1st and goal at the 5 for Vineland. The clock goes into motion, so they obviously don't have any timeouts. Shooting off the right side for a touchdown is Pacheco. And he scores all 3 touchdowns again this week, as he did last week for Vineland, or at least he scored 3 times for Vineland. 24 seconds left, and Vineland takes an 18-13 lead here at Carey Stadium.
And it was all Pacheco and Atoki. I mean, they just saddled up those 2 young men, maybe with an assist to Robert Blakely, but it was all Pacheco and Atoki on that particular drive. And also they were able to limit the penalties. They had that 1 5-yard penalty about their own 45-yard line that looked like it would stall the drive, but Vineland would have none of it, and the drive was reassembled, and it was first down after first down. It was measured. It was really Pacheco, his eyesight, his ability to run, assisted by Atoki. The one big pass to Atoki, it got him, third and long, 3rd and 16, got him down to 3rd and 2.
Vineland uses its final timeout here before the extra point. They lead it 18-13. Now, obviously, a 2-point conversion would give them a 7-point lead. So 1 point doesn't really do much of anything. So that's what they're going to talk over and devise a 2-point play. Receiver split left and right. Pacheco comes up under center, backs her in the eye. He drops back. He's trying to sprint right. He throws into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So Vineland takes a 7-point lead here with 24 seconds left. And Ocean City will receive the kickoff. That was, I think, that extra point was caught over there by Juan Gonzalez. But at any rate, the 2-point conversion is good.
He bobbled it in the end zone. He was wide open as everybody had to respect Pacheco. So they all came to him as he was rolling out. And it left the receiver wide open in the corner of the end zone. Gonzalez bobbling the ball, but got it. Held on. 2-point conversion, good. They win a game last week by 1 point over Middle Township very late in the game, and here they travel to Ocean City, and with 28 seconds to go in the game, they score.
Well, actually, the game last week, Middle failed.
Had the ball, right?
Yeah, failed on the 2-point conversion to try to take the lead, and Vineland won by 1. Here they're winning by 7. Ocean City will get the ball. But there's 24 seconds left, and Ocean City, I think, only has 1 timeout left.
Late game theatrics, and here's where the kickoff game could come into play. It hasn't been very successful all night.
Well, let's see what happens. People on the edge here. And the ball is kicked to the right side. Ocean City scoops it up at about the 29-yard line. He's out to the 40. Still going at the 45, at the 50, down the right sideline, and finally stopped at about the 35-yard line.
14 seconds remain in the game, and Ocean City runs the ball back all the way down to the Vineland 35. Looks like they're going to spot it at 34. No, 32. Spotting the ball at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10, Ocean City at the Vineland 32, but they have but 14 seconds left. They do have a timeout, we think. So Donahue,
the kicking arm. The kickoff game has been a problem for picked off as it just, Baumgartner made a valiant effort under double coverage to try to get the football. It bounced up into the air.
8 seconds left. Might have time for 2 more plays, but not much more than that. 20-13, Vineland on top. 8 seconds left. Ocean City on the Vineland 32. Garrett Jones splits left, Deer off in the slot. Donahue waits the snap. Drops back, rolling left. Throws for Deer off, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Atoki. And Atoki cuts it back down the middle. He's still running. He's running the clock out. It's just a matter of whether he scores or not. He's at the 40, and he is going to score. Atoki brings it back about 80 yards for a touchdown as time runs out. And Vineland wins the game 26-13.
And scores twice in the last 28 seconds of the game. So what a game. What a turnaround. With 28 seconds to go in the game, Ocean City had a 1-point lead, and they lose by 13.
Vineland scoring on the final play of the game. I mean, when he intercepted it, he ran out the clock, and it was just a matter of whether he would be tackled or not. But he weaved his way downfield and ended the game with a touchdown. And they win it 26-13, does Vineland, with, as Tom said, 13 points in the last 24 seconds. And improves to 2-0. Ocean City 1-1 will play host to Mainland next Friday night here at Carey Stadium. In an exciting finish to a game where there was a lot of key mistakes by both teams taken advantage of, and a big win for Vineland.
Oh, huge win for Vineland. And again, it was a game of fits and starts for both teams. It would be a score, mistake, mistake, mistake. Score to answer, mistake, mistake, mistake. Taking advantage of a field position and not taking advantage of field position. Some penalties and some